65 miracles have happened in this sacred place. Now meet those who have been cured by its mystical power. An extraordinary new unsolved mystery. NBC Wednesday.
Wednesday, a special moment of truth movie.
I'm sorry, but your son was shot.
Eddie will never walk again.
I don't believe that.
There's nothing I can do.
We'll do everything we can, but you've got to fight, too.
Every man has a moment where he shows what he's made of.
That ought to count for something.
A moment of truth movie on a special night, NBC Wednesday. From Danielle Steele's bestseller, Once in a Lifetime. Jeffrey! A tragedy took her husband. Now a single mother, afraid to love, is torn between two men.
I never want to feel that kind of pain again.
But which one will help them become a family again?
I love you.
Lindsay Wagner in the best Danielle Steele ever, says TV Guide. Once in a Lifetime, NBC Next.
Stay tuned for more Teen Idols and a phone call from Elvis Presley.
The most successful family in music history. Michael, Janet, Jermaine, the Jacksons, together for the first time in 20 years. Every generation of the Jacksons, all together to honor Elizabeth Taylor and Motown's Berry Gordy. The reunion of a lifetime. The Jacksons, next Tuesday on NBC.
Wilson Phillips and the Beach Boys are making sweet music together. Actually, it's Carney Wilson and Beach Boy dad Brian. After years of not seeing each other, the two finally called a truce and created a new tune. It's Harmony at Last, and we were there when it happened. Then he dodged a missile, lived through an explosion, and escaped from a burning vehicle. See how Harrison Ford survived one of Hollywood's most terrifying stunts on the next Entertainment Tonight.
Entertainment Tonight, Wednesday at 7:30 on Channel 2.
Nick Clooney and Lori Lasowski on Channel 2 News at 6 and 11.
Sunday on Sequest. He's only 16 years old.
Boy, that's fast.
But this whiz kid's built the world's fastest sub.
Unbelievable! This is a great ride.
It's called the Stinger. And somebody's willing to kill for it.
Lucas!
And a week from Sunday,
I want the dolphin.
William Shatner guest stars on Sequest, 8/7 Central, NBC Sunday. From Danielle Steele's bestseller, Once in a Lifetime. Jeffrey! A tragedy took her husband. Now a single mother, afraid to love, is torn between two men.
I never want to feel that kind of pain again.
But which one will help them become a family again?
I love you.
Lindsay Wagner in the best Danielle Steele ever, says TV Guide. Once in a Lifetime, NBC Next. Lindsay Wagner in an all-new Danielle Steele, next.
Get ready, one of those February heat waves is on the way. All the details.
Now, a popular novelist overcomes personal tragedy to find the man of her dreams. In Danielle Steele's Once in a Lifetime on the Movies 11 tonight.
Tuesday's weather in Halliburton. Sun, clouds, and minus 18.
Dressed in style alongside restaurant luxury foods like steak and other seafoods. Part of its appeal, it's a country food, taken from Arctic lakes and rivers by people like Steve and Annie Anavaluk. Winter finds them trapping, but in summer they fish for char for the Cambridge Bay Co-op. It's a living that lets them live the traditional way, but that lifestyle may be at risk.
If there are market for the fish, we'll still go fishing, but if there's no market, there's no use catching the fish when you cannot sell it.
So what would you do in the summertime if you have no market to sell your fish?
Go to welfare, I guess.
Would you want to do that?
No, I don't want to do that, but we have no choice.
Char fisheries in the north face a lot of competition from each other, but by far the biggest offensive in these char wars has been launched by farmers, fish farmers.
This is the AgPro fish farm in Winnipeg. It was once a malt barley plant. Then the Saskatchewan wheat pool turned it into the biggest fish farm in Canada. And it's expanding.
As the facility stands now, without the upgrading, we would be able to produce about 100,000 pounds a year.
Barb Finn-Bogason is the assistant manager of the farm.
With the upgrading of all our systems downstairs, we're looking at over the next couple of years to be producing to the 200 to 250,000 pound range.
That's 3 times what it produces now. It started off a few years ago with trout, salmon, and char. Now it's strictly char.
The water temperatures here are more optimum for Arctic char growth, as well as the net return on the Arctic char compared to rainbow trout is about $1.25 a pound more for a dressed fish.
AgPro competes with large fish farms overseas and about 20 in Canada. The farms produce a small, pan-sized fish, just what restaurants want. They produce so much, so cheaply, that local northern fisheries are having trouble competing. Northern fisheries used to get help selling their catch from the Freshwater Fish Marketing Corporation. But last summer, the corporation decided to stop marketing char. There was a glut on the market. The price plummeted by half. That left the Cambridge Bay Co-op with a freezer full of fish and no customers.
There's about 14,000 pounds left to 40-some-odd thousand that we got last August.
Bill Lyle is manager of the Cambridge Bay Co-op. The fishery was once a thriving business, but now there's so much unsold char in the freezer, they can barely give it away.
Freshwater in their wisdom has let us down because of the fact that they should have at least give us a year or two to tell us that they're not going to be doing this anymore, so that we could at least try to maybe find a way to market it.
We're a very diverse business, actually.
This is how they're marketing on the run. Today, Lyle is sending a few 75-pound boxes to new and potential customers in Edmonton and British Columbia. Some of this has been sold. The rest is being given away as free samples. It's an experiment in marketing he's never had to try before.
All of a sudden, we're sitting here without knowing what to do with it and not having that kind of an experience in marketing. Now we are stuck with what we have. Hopefully we'll get rid of it by the end of this month, but it's still here. Somebody to look for that market has to be out there closer to where the marketplace, so that up here we stuck with the high cost of travel, and even know that you could do things by phone, it's just not the same to do things by phone. You have to be there with your product to sell it.
$2 a pound.
But Bill has to use the phone to bring in what cash he can.
We could pay the freight, we got a backhaul rate. We pay the freight and we just charge him for the freight.
You can sell some by phone, but you can't move all 14,000 pounds of fish, 75 pounds at a time.
As good as it could be this time of the year, you know. See, that all that fish it should have been used up by November, sold by November. So.
But getting rid of 14,000 pounds of old frozen char is the small problem. The big one, what happens next season, which is coming up pretty fast.
I don't really expect that we are going to fish because of the fact that nobody is really telling me that, you know, they have a market for it. And if there's no market for it, there's no use for us to go out there and get it.
These pumps represent a new pumping system that we have.
But there is a market for the same fish from different waters. AgPro is upgrading to meet that increasing demand.
They are and we are marketing completely different products. Most of the time the product they market is frozen, and it's a larger fish. It starts off at about 4 pounds and goes up to 10 pounds, whereas we're pan-sized to 2 to 4 pound fish.
The demand remains, but the marketplace is changing. There's still a taste for char, but it's a different char.
The Freshwater Fish Marketing Corporation was marketing most of the wild Arctic char in Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba. And I know that we're shipping into those areas, so it's possible that we are impacting their market.
So the northern fisheries may be left behind.
It's hard to be optimistic at this stage, simply because As Bill was saying to you, that they're having hard time to sell the fish, and we have to sell that fish that's left at the fish plant before we can go ahead and do some more commercial fishing.
Mm-hmm. Does it kind of make you feel like your lifestyle is being squeezed?
It is actually being squeezed. You know, your ability to make a living is being squashed, like dried up.
If fishing dries up, Steve and Annie and about 70 others in Cambridge Bay may have to rely on welfare and what they can get from hunting and trapping. At risk is the economic viability of northern communities and the ability of a traditional lifestyle to survive in the 90s. A pan of baked fillet of char, fresh from the oven. To get a place in this pan, the northern fisheries will have to compete aggressively. If not, they'll have to find a different delicacy to lure customers from so far away. I'm Kim Trinacity in Cambridge Bay.
Tonight's Pick 3 number is 301. Watch Win TV at 1140.
Sponsor of World Cup USA 94 are proud to present Salute to Soccer 94, Friday, January 28th at 6:30, right before Buffalo plays Dayton. Enjoy international pregame festivities, plus see international soccer stars Werner Roth, Kyle Rowe Jr. and Stryker, World Cup USA 94 mascot. Get your tickets now at the Odd or charge by phone. $3 ticket discount coupons available at Marine Midland Bank locations. Salute to Soccer 94, January 28th.
Go Bills! Good luck from Fox 29.
Get ready for the Fox Friday Night Frights. First, at a special time, a disaster in space
They're gonna burn up.
reveals an alien force on Earth.
It's out there!
The X-Files. Then, prepare yourself for a special presentation of Tales from the Crypt. Demi Moore discovers that marrying for money can be murder. And Arnold Schwarzenegger directs a spine-tingling episode, Tales from the Crypt. Parental discretion advised. It all starts tomorrow at 8/7 Central.
I wouldn't be caught dead anywhere else.
In a future you never dreamed, in a place you never imagined, there is a forum dedicated to the survival of the universe. A space station called Babylon 5.
Premieres Thursday at 10 on Fox 29.
Tonight, on a special presentation of Rock.
Now, what are you? Leave me alone. What you gonna do?
A story about an issue sweeping America.
Solving a problem like this with a gun is stupid.
Kids and guns.
And this guy Damon's gonna be coming after you.
This is one episode you can't afford to miss. Rock, at a special day and time, next.